Hey there, Kim here. Today's video, we're going to be going over work search requirements on all 50 states, and then we're going to take a deeper dive into specifically Pennsylvania. And the reason for that is because that's where most of my viewers are from, and that's where I live. So of course I know the most in Pennsylvania. But when we go over the information in Pennsylvania, I'll be going over exactly what you need in the event that you get audited, because obviously the last thing that you want to happen is to get audited and not have a record of your work search requirements to prove that you were indeed searching for work while you were collecting unemployment, because I would hate for you to be in a situation where you'd have to pay that back. That would really be awful. Although, there's so many people collecting unemployment. Can you imagine the auditing? Oh my goodness. I don't even want to think about that. So we'll quickly go over a resource that you can go to see what specifically you need to do in your state. And then, like I said, we'll take a deeper dive into Pennsylvania specifically, because in Pennsylvania, they restarted work search requirements this week. So it's very important, again, that you keep a good record. So we are on a web page, and on this web page, uh, the resource to this web page, or the link to this web page, is in the description below this video. So if you scroll down a little bit, here are the work search requirements by state. Now this was up to date June 18th, so about a month ago. So it's probably mostly correct. Obviously, you want to check your state's DOL page as well as social media just to make sure there weren't any changes to this. So pretty simple. You have your state all the way to the left here, and then in the middle here, you have minimum required number of job search contacts or activities per week, as well as when the job search requirement was reinstated. So we have what you need to do and when you need to start doing it by. So as you can see, I'm not going to read every state because you guys would definitely fall asleep. So I'll just scroll here real quick. But again, if you want to get access to this resource, it is linked in the description below. So in the state of Pennsylvania, and again, I'll link this below in the video, below this video as well, but in the state of Pennsylvania, here is a sample of your work search record. And what you can do, you can fill this out, obviously. You can either print this out. When I was collecting unemployment back, I don't know, 2016 or something, I literally printed one of these every single week, and I filled out all the information on this page because, again, if I was to get audited, I wanted to be prepared. So what you need is obviously all this information here. What you can also do, and what I recommend if you do have a computer, as opposed to using a mobile device, it might be a little difficult to save. But what you can do is, this is actually a PDF that you can fill in, and then if you hit this button here, there's a Save As button. I don't know if you could see it though, but you can either print it or save as. You can see these buttons here, at least a part of them. So you can literally save these in a folder on your desktop, which would make things probably a little easier. And you could save paper too. So regardless of the state that you need, regardless of the state that you live in, I do recommend that you fill out as much as you can. When you do receive an email correspondence from the company that you applied with, I would definitely save that email, again, just to prove that you were actually looking. So this is pretty handy. So hopefully that helps you at least get maybe a little organized. So now we're going to take a deeper dive in the state of Pennsylvania. So if you don't live in PA, this may not apply to you. However, the information might be beneficial. I might go over things that maybe you didn't know in your state. Because depending on the state depends on the amount of communication that you get. So I know for myself, I have learned a lot researching other states. and then applying them to my own, considering, most of the time, one state does, the other state tends to follow suit. Obviously, there are exceptions, and my leg is bleeding. I'm good. It's just like, what the heck is going on here? Anyway, okay. So, what is a work search? So, as we know, when you go to file your unemployment, you'll probably get asked a question to say, did you perform your work search requirements? Obviously, you want to say yes. If you did, of course, you want to answer truthful and accurately. So, what are work search requirements? These include attending a job fair, searching open positions on PA Career Link, and if you have not done so in the state of Pennsylvania, you definitely want to register for PA Career Link. And if you go to this link, um, it'll take you right to Career Link, and it's just a database full of jobs, but they actually track your search in there, or they can. And you could set up filters, and if you put in that you want a specific job, then as soon as you log in on the first page, you'll see those types of jobs kind of filtered for you, which is kind of cool. So you can customize it as you wish. But that is a requirement in the state of Pennsylvania. You must be registered. Now, the good thing is, since you have a Keystone ID, because you need one in order to file for unemployment, then you will use the same login information as you do to file unemployment to CareerLink. So make sure you use the same information. So you don't need to create anything new. So let's see. This also includes creating and uploading a resume. And I do believe that that's also a requirement in the state of Pennsylvania. I think you have to upload. Maybe not. Maybe you just have to, it doesn't hurt, right? If you do that. So if you have a resume, I do recommend you do that because you never know. Maybe an employer will actually reach out to you. Seeking networking opportunities using an employment agency, employment registry, or school placement service, taking a civil service test or other pre-employment test, participating in a training or workshop or event offered through PA Career Link. Now, I know in the state of Pennsylvania, they are starting to require people to take additional classes. So the good thing is, it seems like some of those classes might be included in the work search activity. So obviously you want to make sure of that before you take the class, unless obviously you want to take the class to actually learn something, then that would be cool. Okay, is work search the same as work registration? The answer is no. Can I be exempt from work search requirements? So the answer is yes. Some individuals are exempt, and these include individuals who receive work through a union hiring hall, individuals on a shared work plan with their employer. So shared work plan is where you're collecting unemployment, but you're still working for your employer at the same time. It's kind of like a dual thing. Individuals in Trade Act training, individuals attending RESEA session for the week. I'm not sure what that is. Individuals who have written recall dates from their employer. Although, be careful with this one because I thought I read somewhere that if you don't have if your callback date is several months from the current date, then you might need to perform work search requirements. Although, because it says it here, I'm sure if they were to call you out on it, you could definitely show them this, right? Because it doesn't specify a date, but just wanted to keep you aware, and I'll see if I can find out that information. And maybe in the state of Pennsylvania, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe in other states they have recall dates, and yeah, maybe it's an issue in other states, which makes this so confusing because if all states followed the same process, then life would be a lot easier for all of us, right? So if you were presented with the question, did you complete your work search requirements during the week, beginning on Sunday, are you exempt? You will say yes. So if you are exempt from work search requirements, you would simply select yes. But obviously, you definitely want to keep any records of anything that you do so you can prove that. I'm self-employed and a business owner. Do the work search requirements apply to me? The answer is yes. Federal guidance states that the work search rules also apply to PUA claimants. You must search for work the same manner as the other UC claimants, which includes the 2 job applications and 1 work search activities. And of course, if you want information, you can go back to where we just were that describes that. Remember that self-employed individuals are to report any net earnings each week. They claim benefits. Therefore, if you receive partial payment for a week because you earn more than your partial benefit credit, only work search application is needed for that week. And, again, this is what's also confusing because I've read that in other states that if you are self-employed and you participate in self-employment activities for 40 hours a week, then you don't have to perform work search activities. It's so confusing. But obviously in the state of Pennsylvania, you definitely want to follow this. So that's kind of a big deal that I would imagine a lot of self-employed people probably won't. I know I wouldn't. If I was self-employed, I probably wouldn't even think twice about doing work search requirements because I'm self-employed, right? So yeah, that's good to know. I'm a college student. Do work search requirements apply to me? Answer is yes. What kind of jobs may I apply for? And this is a real general statement, but you may apply for jobs that you are capable of performing. You can limit your job applications to jobs that offer similar employment and wages closest to your most recent job position and are within 45-minute commute. How can I apply for a job? You may apply for a job in person, online, or by mail. And please note that a repeated application for the same job does not count. If I work part-time and received a reduced benefit payment for that week, only 1 job application is needed for the week, and the work search activity is not required. Do I need to track my activities? Yes. And again, you can definitely use this resource as a guide, which is definitely helpful. And then how do I know if I met the work search requirements? It has a little chart here, and that is it. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions that I can answer, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.